enough to say that I view pornography while my wife was on the couch on the other side of the room, as long as she didn't see the screen. Now, ladies, you're not exempt, by the way, unfortunately. I wish you were. 1 out of every 6 women struggle with an addiction to pornography. 1 out of every 6. What's more taboo than a man struggling is a woman struggling.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
9.4 million women access websites each month, adult websites each month. Now again, they don't say exactly what that is, but if you've ever heard of Craigslist, men couldn't go on there unless there were women already on there. So if both men and women both wrestle, 70% of women keep their cyber activity secret. Why? Because it's taboo. It's worse. You know, we talk about it. Rob and I were going to come up here today, and he was going to be like, hey, would y'all love me if I was a drug addict? And y'all would be like, oh, God, yes, of course you would. And then I was going to say, would y'all love me if I was a sex addict? And everybody would, hope you might say the same thing, but a lot of people would be like,
I did that on an old school church. I didn't know until I walked in. They had 200 or 300 people. They were coat and tie. They were sharp. They were old school. And I said, I got to break, because I'm about to talk about something I don't know if they can handle, right? So I need to break it up. I said, would y'all come lay hands and pray on me if I've been struggling with alcohol since I was 10 years old, and my mother, father left, and I've just been a mess. I need some prayer. I said, they're nodding their head up and down. I said, but if I tell you I've been lusting after women since I was 9 and I'm a serial adulterer, it got real quiet. I said, now will you come hug me? You know, and that's again, it's that church. It's redefining church. I think Jesus would come hug me.
I found this one, and I just think it's interesting. The least popular day to view porn is Thanksgiving. It might be because you're too full. Your hands are already busy eating. Or, just saying, sometimes I say things that he says are inappropriate, so. I wasn't raised in church, I don't know what you're supposed to say.
When I get embarrassed, my bald head turns red, so I'm just telling you.
He needs one of them towels y'all got.
That's what I need.
Maybe it's because your focus is on being thankful for things. Maybe it's because you're around people you love and care for. Maybe that's a reason. This next one I just put up there because it's interesting as well. I didn't do the statistics, so I have no idea why that is. Hey, you're welcome.
Everybody's story is different. But I can tell you why my most popular day was on Sunday, even before I was in church. When my folks split when I was 4.5 years old, I got dropped off at my grandparents' house. And it said my grandfather raised me. We're going to learn this as we go along. What we believe about ourselves as children transcends into our adulthood. Yeah. What you believe about yourself as a child. That's why Pastor was talking last night about what do you believe about yourself. Because what you believe becomes your reality. Yeah. I believed that I was dumped off. That my parents didn't want me because a year later they married people who had other kids. So on Saturdays I go visit one family, my father's family. He was raising 2 other people's kids. He was raising his wife's children. You understand what I'm saying? And then I go on Sunday, my mom was raising another man's child. And I would go visit. So on Sunday night, I go back home in the country with my grandparents saying, what's wrong with me? How come nobody wants me? Well, once I found that porn stash, you know that every Sunday night I was finding my escape. Because I could imagine that these women wanted me. I was looking at pictures of naked women, wishing they were my mother. Not lusting. 9-year-old don't know what to do with it. It's not about that. But I wanted the love of a woman, a younger woman than my grandmother was. She was a wonderful person. But I just knew I wanted to be loved by a woman who was young like my mother. See how the enemy does? He messes a child's head up, so we have to help unscramble it with the truth.
Everything comes from somewhere. Yeah. So whatever you wrestle with today, whatever your thoughts are, you may think, oh my God, I'm the only one. Rob just associated the neglect from his mom to a woman in porn. Most would think, no. But the reality is there's a connection for everything. We just often don't know what it is.